From the streets to jail and then back out again, there are those who commit crimes in our community that the courts deem incompetent. And as KRQE News 13 investigative reporter Gabrielle Burkhart found, their cases often fall through the cracks. But what if they also pose a danger? Tonight we're showing you what happens when competency is in question at New Mexico's biggest behavioral health institute and how it works and who it serves.
Tucked away in northern New Mexico.
So this place has been here in Las Vegas since 1889.
This place was initially known as the Territory Insane Asylum.
The field has changed dramatically.
Today, Executive Director Tim Shields and his staff at the Behavioral Health Institute, or BHI, in Las Vegas are doing work most of us might shy away from.
You know, there's a lot of stigma out there still about working on an inpatient psychiatric unit or a forensic unit that it kind of scares people away.
Long before modern medicine, the Las Vegas hospital housed people with behavioral health issues.
And then, you know, in the 70s, we started to get better medication and kind of a different outlook, and we tried to move a lot of these institutions from custodial to treatment. We're going to actively treat their behavioral health condition, and we're going to try to get them back into the community in a safe way.
The state hospital, overseen by the Department of Health, sits on a sprawling 300-acre property with 5 divisions: a community-based outpatient service unit, care, an adolescent unit serving 13 to 17-year-olds, an adult psychiatric division, Meadows, a long-term care facility, and a forensic division. That unit serves a population of New Mexicans who are court-ordered to be here.
So these are individuals that have been alleged to have committed a crime, and then they go and they speak with their defense attorney, and they can't assist their defense attorney in their defense.
Attorneys are the ones who raise the issue of competency. If a defendant is found incompetent to stand trial and dangerous, judges in every New Mexico county can order that person to the behavioral health facility in Las Vegas for treatment to help them become competent. The most referrals to the BHI, though, come from Albuquerque.
That's the biggest city, so we're going to get a lot from there.
Gerald, do you have the right to remain silent?
Gerald Leon has been found incompetent to stand trial in the past and was ordered to the BHI in 2017 after a group of middle schoolers say Leon attacked them with a 3-foot stick at Baton Park and hit a boy across the face. After treatment in Las Vegas, Leon was released and pled guilty in the case. With credit for time served, he spent 1 year at MDC, but police would get calls about him again.
And who all got maced?
All of us.
Police took this report at Walgreens on Central and Eubank in 2021 after workers say Leon was cursing at them unprovoked, then maced 3 security guards.
Because I can forward charges to the courts, but I can't take him anywhere.
Okay. So, yep.
Why? Because in the state of New Mexico, aggravated battery, the misdemeanor level is not an arrestable offense.
A criminal trespass notice is the best this officer can do.
You don't give a damn. You know, people who don't have anything to lose don't care. Those are the ones that are a threat to me.
It's just we're frustrated. Sure, that's all. And I don't blame you.
Leon's criminal record is extensive, dating back 23 years. His charges include aggravated battery, assault, and the Baton Park child abuse case.
Because he needs meds, I'm afraid that he's going to come and act a fool with us. And nobody's going to be able to protect us in a timely manner.
Is that process working out for these folks, in your opinion?
I would say not so much.
Casey Quirk is a social work unit director with the Albuquerque Public Defender's Office.
Whether or not somebody can meet the criteria to be found competent to stand trial is completely different from whether or not that person's wellness is being attended to.
And that's where resources outside of hospitals and jail come into play, especially since stays at the BHI are meant to be temporary.
So it's sort of a warm handoff.
Shields says 80% of defendants sent here are treated back to competency.
There are a lot of good community programs in New Mexico, but that tends to be where we need more help is when we discharge someone from here, are we sure that they're going to have a safe place to stay? Are we sure that that place is going to make sure they go to their appointments, that they're going to take their medication?
District Court Judges Lucy Solomon and Bruce Fox are part of Bernalillo County's Mental Health Court, a diversion program that aims to tackle the root causes of crime, like substance abuse and behavioral health.
The idea was to provide an alternative to probation and jail.
Attorneys refer defendants to the program usually as part of a plea agreement.
the most success I see here in district court is when you are providing people with the resources that they need to change their behavior, get the medication they need, to give them stable housing, address substance abuse, and reach a point where they can have a stable life and not reoffend.
But a person must be self-motivated. Treatment is voluntary.
But what about those who can't or won't help themselves? We asked about civil commitments, another legal process where a doctor signs off and a person with behavioral health issues can be involuntarily committed into treatment. It happens, but it's rare.
It gets a little complicated because you're talking about civil rights and taking away somebody's freedom, basically.
In a system where getting people help can seem like an uphill battle, Shields points out.
Statistically speaking, individuals with serious and persistent behavioral health conditions are much more likely to be victims of crimes than they are to be perpetrators of crimes. The more we can kind of repeat that and let people know that this is a good population to work with. They need support, they need to be treated well, and with that, you see some really great results.
Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE Investigates.
The average length of stay at the BHI to be treated back to competency is about 6 months, but there are some defendants who stay there long term. That's been the case for John Hyde. You'll remember, a man accused of killing 5 people at random back in 2005. While he's serving what would be a life sentence at the Las Vegas hospital, forensic psychologists still keep the courts updated on his mental status.